welcome back to the Birthed Diaries. I'm Myra Parks.
I'm Delvecchio Parks.
And today we wanted to just do a quick video about visas. We've been getting a lot of inbox messages and Facebook messages and things like that about the preparation process for visas, specifically to Ghana. So how do you go about doing that? How much does it cost? Where do you send them? Etc. etc. So we just wanted to make a real quick video. For those of you who don't know, we have about 3 days left.
And if you can't see the excitement on our faces, you're missing it. We can't wait for Friday, January 20th, as my wife does her little dance. But yeah, seriously, we got 3 days left, y'all. 2 more days of work for me. And then we hitting the plane and we're gonna be touching down in Mother Africa.
Yay!
But so we're just gonna go quickly over what you need to do, however, as far as getting your visa. First of all, it's really simple. I just want to say it's really simple, but this is particularly for Ghana. This is not for other African nations. We might have other videos, and when we go talk to repatriates, we'll make sure that we ask them what was the process they had to go through for their particular countries. I know for a fact in South Africa, just to visit, you don't need a visa. If you're going to stay for an extended period of time, you have to go through a process, and we're going there first. So we didn't have to get a visa there, but we're going to Ghana once we leave from South Africa, and so we had to go ahead and get our visas.
Yeah.
This is the second time we've had to get visas, so the process is a little bit different. So I'll let my wife explain what we did the first time when we went and how that visa process looked. Right,
so the first time, which was a little over a year ago, or a year and a half, we actually did the visa process, and we sent all of our information to the Ghanaian embassy in DC. This time around, we actually sent everything to the embassy in Houston, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. But the first time around, we actually did the single entry visa, which means basically you go into the country one time, once you leave, that's it. This time around, we did the multi-entry visa, and the difference between the two is the single entry one only lasts for 30 days, and compared to the multi-entry visa, which means you can come and go as you please over the time period of 36 months. And so it expires after 3 years, which is really good because, you know, for us, we'll be traveling the continent. Although Ghana will be our home base, we plan on, you know, hopping around and checking out some other African nations. So being able to move in and out of the country freely without constantly having to get a new visa is like God sent. So we'll be able to do that for the next 3 years. So also there's a price difference. The single entry visa is $60 per person versus the multi-entry visa is $100 per person. So that's also a difference. The first time around, I want to say it took
about like 2 weeks. We send off our information. You got to send your passport. You actually got to go take passport photos for each person, and you have to affix those to the visa document, which you can get offline. You can just go to the Ghana embassy, just Google it, you can find it, or you can go into our website, our blog, the Birthed.Diaries.com, and you can actually click on the link. We have a link section, and so you put the document together, you fill out all the information. Make sure if you're going for a single, you check single. If you want multiple entry, you check multiple. And then you also have to put on there things like your itinerary, people that may be contacts on the ground. For this particular one, you have to put 2 contacts in Ghana and their address. So if you're staying at a hotel, you can put the hotel and their address, or
and their phone number.
And their phone number. And if you know people on the ground, such as we did, we just include their names, their addresses, and their phone numbers. One of the trickier things that we had to go through this particular time was dealing with whether or not we had a return flight leaving out of Ghana. Because the first time we went, obviously it was simple. We had a return flight. We were coming back. We were just going as tourists for vacation, and we were going to come back. So we put our return flight. This time around, we were like, well, we're not leaving, so what do we put as far as information for a return flight? And to come to find out, you don't even have to include that information.
Yeah, you do not need a return flight for a multi-entry visa, which is, I mean, that's good for us, those of us who are repatriating. For the single entry though, you do need a return flight. So wherever you're flying from, you need to show that you're either going back to that location or you're going somewhere else. So for the multi-entry visas, you do not need a return flight. You just put the date that you're departing your home country or wherever you're coming from to go to Ghana, and that's the only information that you need. I actually have the application here. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's a little blurry. Okay, there it is. It focused. So this is what the application looks like. At the top right here in this little box is where you'll find the different types of visas. The first one is single entry, and you'll see the price for that is $60. And then the second one is the multi-entry visa, which is $100. And then below that, you'll see the website for the embassy. So that's www.ghanaembassy.org. That's the one for Washington, D.C. I believe the one for Houston has a different website, but I'm not sure. Just Google it. Google is your best friend. And then outside of that, was there anything else that we needed that we didn't?
No.
Just your passport information, and then you're gonna put the information for your ticket, and then outside of that, just whoever it is that you know on the ground or wherever you're gonna be staying. If you're bringing any money with you or you're gonna have any cash on hand, then I mean, just round to a dollar amount, you know, 500, whatever you plan on taking with you, you need to put that on there. And then your duration of your stay. And you can put that, I honestly, it's optional. I think
we put 7 days.
We put 7 days,
but it doesn't really matter from what I understand from the people on the ground. And even once we sent it, we didn't have any problems. But people on the ground is like, once you get there, in Ghana, they really don't mess with you.
No.
As long as you're not getting in any trouble, they're not trying to kick you out.
No.
And as long as after 3 years you renew it, you're good. But just to go back just a second, because my wife did start talking about how quick you have to send off your information in order to get it back. The first time we sent it off about 2 weeks in advance, and that was right before Thanksgiving. We got it back roughly in about a week or a week and a half.
Yeah, it was perfect.
This time around, we sent it right before Christmas, and we actually ended up getting it back right around a week before it was time for us to go.
Yeah.
Even though it was over the Christmas holidays and
New Year's.
Yeah, and New Year's, they still had a very quick turnaround.
Very quick turnaround.
So,
like, it's amazing.
So don't be afraid of that, but do realize that you have to send your whole passport. All the passports for everyone. You also have to send your applications and the funds that you have to pay for it. Now you can get it rushed as well, and they have a rush fee. But typically, if you get everything situated in a timely manner, and you have your passports and you have your photos and you have your applications, you should be fine sending it off and getting it back within 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay, and I just wanted to add to that real quick that each person has to have duplicates of this application. So you're gonna do 2 of these for each person, and you're going to affix to the top a picture on this one and then another photo picture on the second one. So when you send these off, you're gonna send 2 of these off for each person. So for our family, obviously, we sent off 6 of them. So I just wanted to make sure that people understand that. In addition to that, inside of the envelope that you're sending, you need to send a prepaid trackable envelope. So when they send it back to you, they're gonna put everything in that envelope, including your visas, that's inside your passport, back to you. So
that's pretty much it.
It's like real straightforward, y'all. Like, it ain't nothing.
And we were overthinking it the second time around because we were like, what information do we include? But we have been getting a lot of questions. We wanted to make sure that we answered your questions before we got ready to leave here. And like I said, we'll check with other people in other African nations, see if they can give you any more information about the process if you want to go to one of those nations, as far as getting your visa, or if you need one, and how long they last and how much they cost and things of that nature.
Right. So after we leave here, like my husband said, the first stop is in South Africa. When we get to South Africa, we're actually going to be a part of a meetup there with some other repats that live. Some live in Namibia and some live in South Africa. So while we're there, we are going to be making some videos while we're there, and we're going to be answering some questions for those of you who are looking to the southern region of Africa to move to. We're going to be asking some questions, especially about how do you go about getting your visas and things of that nature. So stay tuned. We have more videos coming. We're so excited. We're also going to be filming at the airport and all of this stuff. So I mean, like, you guys are going to be a part of the journey the whole way. So just stay tuned in.
Yeah, because we out of here in 3 days. 3.
How you got? That's that Kappa.
That's that Kappa. But
is that how you shimmy?
love, peace,
my shimmy
and
work.
blessings, people.
Sending y'all love, peace, and light, blessings, all of that good stuff.
We'll be in touch soon.
All right,
Take
peace.
care.